Hey everyone, welcome to the Bitcoin video today. It's the 15th of May. It is the middle of May. It's about, I don't know, about 3:45 p.m. Markets are going to be closing here in about 19 minutes on the regular stock exchange. I do want to take a look at Bitcoin here. We've got some interesting price action, and I'd like to discuss, what I think is going to be happening. Before I get into it, of course, you know the deal. I'm not your financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research. I'm just giving my opinion on the market. This is not financial advice. So yeah, and of course, if these videos do help you in any way, shape, or form, like, subscribe, share, and all of that good stuff. And just threw out an alert to the Discord just a few minutes ago that for the next 2 weeks, there's 2 weeks left in. I'm not going to call it a promotion or anything. We're donating the proceeds from our Discord insured membership to charity for COVID-19 relief. We've got a lot of local charities around here that really could use it, and so far to date, we have raised over $500. We are actually close to $800 that we have raised for charity. So, we're really, really proud of that. And, in return for that, you can't get the tax write-off. However, we do provide you with access to the indicators that I use in my videos. Also, you get access to a lot of Elliott wave analysis on many, many stocks, and then also some select cryptos as well. But anyway, enough of that. Again, just 2 weeks left there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the charts. Okay, so again, we're taking a look at Bitcoin. We're taking a look at what has recently happened here. We've got a nice channel that we've started to create, but what we've got going on right here is quite interesting. All right, so first off, you could see that we had the 1 hour and the 3 hour that were both in overbought conditions. All throughout this entire move, the market was very overbought. The 3 hour peaked right where we peaked up here, which was really quite interesting. You can see right here at this point, we had the 1 hour and the 3 hour peaked all at the same time. Now, one could say, well, the indicator was wrong here, and the indicator was wrong here, and the indicator was right here. So it was the third time where the indicator was finally correct. And what I like to say for something like that is the 12-hour had crossed bullish. You can see the 12-hour. We color these candles bright green when they go crossed bullish on the 12-hour, and up here we crossed red when things get crossed bearish. Now, let's just take a look at this from a price range perspective. If you sold right here and you bought back here, okay, so you're talking about still about 9.5% move to the downside. All right, so that's important. That's important, right? So even though you didn't get out down here, which a lot of people were still pretty bearish down here, the sell triggered all the way up here at about 98.75. We came down, right? We came down, and when we started to come back up, this 12-hour crossed bullish. You can see it here. So this was, a stronger trend change to the upside. And look what happened. We went up significantly. Now, question is, have you guys gotten out of that trade? Well, I mean, the 12-hour doesn't say so, but the 1 hour and the 3 hour sure did. If you bought right here and you sold, let's say you even sold right here, that's another 8% that you could have taken to the upside, right? So you took 10% drawdown and an 8% upside, when you had the 1 hour and the 3 hour that crossed, right? They were both very overbought at the time, especially the 3 hour. And the 1 hour is good for like maybe some quick scalps, but the 3 hour and definitely the 12-hour are for major trend changes. So we've got the 1 hour and the 3 hour that are coming down, right? And the 12-hour hasn't exactly crossed bearish yet. Even though the price is going down, the 12-hour has still been moving up. Alan, I hope you have a great weekend as well. Okay, so the 12-hour is crossing, sorry, not crossing, but still moving up, but the 1 hour and the 3 hour are coming down. So I'm not going to be quick to say that we are done moving up yet. I'm not going to be too quick to say that. All right, so let's just take a look. And I'm looking at the Bitcoin versus Tether on Binance right now. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I have tried to catch long positions up here because up here this looked like we were creating a bit of a pennant. Obviously that failed. We did a bearish retest and now we're coming back down again. I'm not going to be too quick to say that we're done though. Okay, so let's just take a look from this wick down here all the way up to the top. Coming back down to the 382, we've done that. And it looks like we're going to attempt it again. So we're getting some support on the hourly at the 100 exponential. We had support right here on the 100 exponential and also the 200 simple moving average. And we are trying to get that again right here. Bitcoin's still pushing down right now. So I don't see this as a buy for Bitcoin just quite yet, but I do think we are going to be going up. So just keep that in mind. We're sitting here at 93.36 and still trying to push down a little bit more. Not a whole lot of volume with this move, but let's take a look at this guy right here, our fib channel. We're going to take it from, I'm going to try and get this guy right there, right at the top, move this down here, and then let's see what we've got. So if we take this all the way down here, you can see we've got action here at the median. Push down, push back up above. We're trying to push back down again. So the question is this thing going to come down here and retest this lower again? Don't know for sure. Don't know for sure. But what I can say is that we're getting some support here at the 100 exponential on the hourly. And you've got the 200 right here, right at the 382 at 92.75. So if this is, and we talked about this yesterday, okay, so if this is a wave 4 that we are currently in, what you're going to be looking for is this A, B, C. Whoops, let me get this again. Let me fix that. Okay, so from up here at the top, you're looking for A, B, C into the A, B, C into the B, and then A, B, C into the C, if it's going to take a while for this to work itself out. The other scenario is, right, so this is our scenario 1, where this is taking a little longer maybe than we expect it to, because again, we have a really crappy looking wave 1 right here. Okay, so if this is a wave 1 that we see here, let's just map this out real quick, what I think is happening. Right, so I don't like this first wave right here. This looks more like a corrective move. We talked about that yesterday. But if this is a 2, we're going in for the 3, we're going to be coming down for the 4, and then we're going to go up for the 5. And that 5, again, we're kind of targeting 10,500, somewhere in that range. Now, the other option is this ABC is already complete. So it's very possible that this was a real quick A, B, right here, and then we have the C down here. All right, and again, this, we'll keep this as minuscule, but let's change the color. This is going to be sort of a yellow color. Okay, which means this that we are currently in right now is a 1, a 2, and then we're going to go up for the 3, 4, 5. And again, that's going to be on a much smaller degree here. So we're mapping out 2 different scenarios. One of them means that this wave 4 is going to take a little bit longer. One of them is going to be where the wave 4 is already complete, and we are still going to go up for that target, right? We're still targeting coming back up here to 10,300 or so. And as this price continues to get absorbed, as long as we don't violate this low over here, this is still valid. Right, this is still valid. This could be a 1, 2. It is also possible this is an A, B, and we're going into the C on this B, and then we're going to come back down, right? You've got a lot of people that are really bullish right now. A lot of people that are really bullish. So it wouldn't surprise me one bit for something like this to happen where you've got, okay, well, we've got this A, B instead of a 1, 2, and then they're going to get, they're going to get really anxious up here to go long, and then it's going to get rejected. And then you're going to see A, B, C down here before it finally does make its 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got to get people to FOMO in and then take it back down and refuel if you are the one that's controlling the market. Okay, and then back down here again at about 92.75. You can pull a long position there and then finally ride it up if that's where it is in fact going to go. I think that there is probably a 30% chance that it does go up from here. Okay, there's probably a 30% chance it goes up from here. There's probably a 30% chance that it goes back down to 92.75 again. And that leaves about, a 40% chance that this was the top and we are moving down, and we've got much, much lower prices to go. So you're talking about probability, and then this is just my opinion. The higher probability is that right here, from the top to the bottom, 1, 2, and then we're going to go in for the 3, 4, 5. It's going to go much lower. I think this is the higher probability. Just my opinion. I think that there probably is a long scalp that can be had here, okay? Because if we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to come back down, if we violate this right here, this is going to make that bearish scenario much, much higher. So we do have to keep an eye on this wick that we had right here. And let me just move that up because this belongs right up here. This is the level that's very important for the bulls. On Binance, this is at 91.68. It's going to be very similar on the others. So if this is in fact going to skyrocket up, we have to stay above that 91.68 level. If we can stay above that, then I think we're going to be in good shape. But if we violate this, then we are going to be seeing much lower prices. So also taking a look at our oscillators here, things are coming back down into the buying area with the 12 hours still moving up. So there is still that probability that we do see higher prices. But again, we've got to hold this 91.78 price. So yeah, I see that some way, somehow we have an explosion of viewers on the YouTube video. So I do appreciate everybody joining. If you've just joined in for the first time, thanks for joining in. And I'm pretty much done here. Just kind of taking a look at the price, taking a look at the importance of this 91.75 price. As long as we stay above that, I do think that we will see higher prices. If we stay above it, actually, good question on the YouTube chat. The question is on an hourly close. So if this price doesn't touch it at all in this particular case, we want this price to stay above it all in all. We do not want this price to touch this price at all. If it touches it in any way, shape, or form, that is bearish in my opinion, because we will have violated this. If this is a 1, 2, and we're going in for the 3, 4, 5, right? That would mean that we cannot violate, or we should not violate, this 91.75. If we are looking at this as an A, B, and a very extended C, it really doesn't follow the way that it should. We're really expecting this to be a 1, 2, 3 because of how far up it went, which is what's leading me to believe that we are going to be seeing higher prices. But in this case, for this to be bullish, we have to stay above 91.75. There are some exceptions. Elliott Wave does give you some exceptions, saying, oh, well, it's okay if it does that because then it's just a diagonal. We really don't want that we don't want that price to touch that level. That is what would indicate that we are going to continue higher. And once we start taking out some of these horizontals, let's just go ahead and move up to a 4-hour time frame and take a look and see what we've got from a horizontal perspective. So right now we're sitting right on the 21 exponential on the 4-hour. We've got this cluster right here, which is very, very important, right? So if we close a 4-hour right here, if we close the 4-hour below 93.20 or so, then that is also very bearish, right? So it's okay for us to wick down here on a 4-hour, down here to the 55 exponential at about 91.90 or so, 9200. It would be okay for us to wick down here and test that, but again, we still have to pay attention to this wick right here. This is what's very important for us as bulls, okay? If we violate that, then we're going to be seeing lower prices. The first level, of course, that we're going to be paying attention to is probably going to be this level right here. It's going to be at about 86.25. You've got support back here. You've got some clustering down here. If this breaks, then we've got to look further, and it's going to come all the way back down here to 7,800. And then that last level that we're going to be really paying attention to, we know is down here at 6,000, but lots of clusters in this particular level at 6,700. So we've got our downside targets if this is violated, and there's plenty of profit to be made if we move down below this price. So, again, as long as we stay above this, then I think we're bullish, especially the 21 exponential on the 4-hour, but definitely a retest of the 55 exponential is quite all right. There's nothing wrong with that, at these prices. Speaking again to the stochastics, we've got the 4-hour, which is falling. We've got the 3-hour, which is falling, but on shorter time frames, it is indicative that we are getting close to a bounce. Of course, on the hourly, we just tested the 100 exponential, and we're getting a little bit of absorption, but we're having some issues getting through this level right here, which is at about 94.45. So pay attention to that. I think that's about it that I wanted to cover. Of course, I see that we still have like 1,200 viewers on here, which is quite strange. For all I know, you guys are all bots, but it is what it is. And I'm going to go ahead and move on over here. If this video did help any of you in any way, shape, or form, like, subscribe, share. Enable alerts for updates. I do these updates every so often, and I'm not here to, to have 1,200 viewers, but if you're all here, then I do appreciate you joining. And if you want access to our Discord server, just throw in a comment here in the YouTube chat. I'll be more than happy to get an invite code out for you. And of course, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a good day, a good night, a good evening, and take care, everyone. Have a good weekend.